Have you ever noticed someone who never posts pictures of themselves online? No selfies, no updates, no highlight reels. In a world obsessed with attention, they almost seem invisible. But psychology says this behavior isn't random. It actually reveals a deep level of emotional intelligence and inner security. Let's break down the real psychology behind people who don't post their photos on social media. First, they possess a high privacy orientation. This means they want strict control over who enters their personal life. They view their data as a currency, and they aren't giving it away for free. To them, a boundary isn't a wall to hide behind. It's a filter to protect their mental health. They don't want acquaintances judging their milestones or strangers tracking their location. They realize that when everyone knows everything about you, you lose your power. They choose mystery. Second, they score incredibly high in self-concept clarity. This is a psychological term for knowing exactly who you are. Most people use social media as a feedback loop. They post a photo, get likes, and that tells them they are attractive or worthy. But people who don't post don't need the internet's permission to feel good about themselves. Their identity is anchored internally, not by the shifting opinions of a digital crowd. They are complete in the dark, so they don't scream for the spotlight. Third, they are completely immune to FOMO, the fear of missing out. Social media tricks us into a competitive status game. We see someone on vacation, someone buying a car, and we feel the urge to compete. But those who don't post have opted out of the race. They practice JOMO, the joy of missing out. They don't care if people think their life is boring, because they are too busy actually living it. They prefer memories over digital receipts. Fourth, relationship psychology points to attachment styles. People who constantly post seeking reassurance often have an anxious attachment style. They need the internet to say, "You look great, you are loved." But those who stay offline generally have a secure attachment style. They feel secure in their relationships without needing to broadcast their partner, their friends, or their happiness to the public. They know that the most authentic connections happen when the screens are turned off. They validate their bonds in person. Finally, it comes down to absolute autonomy. They refuse to be conditioned by Silicon Valley tech giants. They don't let a red notification dot dictate their mood or an invisible audience control their self-worth. So if you know someone who doesn't post photos, don't think they are hiding or insecure. Realize that they might just be a step ahead in the evolution of mental peace. They don't need to be seen by the world to know they exist.